Hello there, and welcome to, this is part 14 of our Age of Wonders playthrough, the amazing Roland and his Industrious Rodents. You join us in the midst of a war. We have recently declared war on Perennius Sundancer, another ratling, but this ratling where we're civilized, industrious ratlings. They're overbearing Ratkin, and they're sinister spies, and they've got undead, and they generally have been insulting us a lot. So we decided to get rid of them. So we have conquered one of their cities, Duskwatch, and vassalized it. And they've come to try and get it back. But, and this is a bit of a critique of the AI to be honest, they dithered a bit. They couldn't seem to decide between whether they wanted to attack Silverfence, our lightly defended at the time city, or come and liberate Duskwatch from us. And if they'd done one or the other, if they'd actually committed and done one of those, they would have probably won. Not won the whole war, but won that battle, and accomplished one of those two things, because our armies were about half health from the big fight we had to do to capture it, and at the time we only had one strong stack and one medium stack defending that city. But they didn't do that. They started moving over here, and then they seemed to change their mind and started coming back down here. And they've ended up committing to this, but by now it's too late. I've healed up, we are stronger than them, and reinforcements have arrived up here. So we're now going to march on their other city here while we clear up all this. So yeah, slight criticism of the AI there. I'm not too harsh on it. I know some people get really quite upset at how bad strategy game AI tends to be. But I kind of understand. The average developer studio doesn't have the time, the resources, possibly expertise to make an actually good AI for a game as complicated as the average 4X game, certainly as complicated as this. The best you can get is one that puts up a bit of a fight, or one that gets huge amounts of bonuses and just floods the map with ridiculous numbers of units. But actual intelligent play, that's a bit trickier. Doesn't mean there's not room for improvement, but I don't hold it against them too much. Also, I have a suspicion that the average PC, home PC, would probably not be able to run an AI that was actually good enough to play a game like this, like, intelligently and well. I mean, I don't know, but when I sort of think about, it was pretty much a supercomputer they had to use to crack chess. So a game that's way more complicated than chess, I feel like that would be more difficult. Maybe I'm wrong though, but yeah. It's just the limitation of the genre. We all have to put up with it if we like this type of game. So we're at the end of the turn, but we actually do have a thing to do. They're not currently sieging us. They're just kind of gathered outside. I think they're maybe waiting for more reinforcements, possibly, but we're going to attack them. And I didn't want to do it at the end of the last video because we'd hit the 1 hour mark, and this is going to be a big fight. So we're going to do it now. So it's 18 of ours versus 18 of theirs. There is volcanic eruptions, we're in desolate terrain, and I have set desolate terrain to have volcanic activity, so everyone will be weaker to fire damage, and there will be little explosions on the map occasionally. It's a safe battle, we have double their strength, but I'm still going to manual combat because it's a big battle, and it's kind of interesting. And I enjoy the battles. Having big battles in this game is fun. And I did say at the end of the last video, I'm not 100% sure how well my graphics card will handle this, because I am slightly below the recommended specs, and I am playing it on a higher resolution than the recommended specs, and I'm recording at the same time. So there might be some moments where it gets a bit laggy. It might even crash. I've had one crash out of about, I think I've played this for about 35 hours now. I've had one crash. So hopefully it won't happen, but there's a possibility. So they've brought a bunch of bone golems. These are shock units, which is actually kind of bad for us because we rely quite heavily on tanking up into defense mode, and then are increased. We've got a racial trait to do more retaliation damage, and we get an extra retaliation for being industrious. So they just smash us out of our defensive mode, so we have to be a bit more aggressive against them. They've got a Storm Scale Serpent, which is also a little bit of a concern because they do lightning damage, and our golems are weak against lightning damage. And other than that, they've got some polearm guys, we're not too worried about them. They've got some animals, not too worried about them. I think they've got some necromancers around here. Oh, two of their armies have ended up sort of smooshed together. Aye, they've got some necromancers. Whereas ours are spread out into discrete units, they're kind of smooshed together. I don't know why it's done that, but... So, we've got our golems. They're just solid against physical damage. They're, like I say, they're weak against electric. We've also got our bastions, who are kind of like the flesh and blood counterpart. They apparently have actually better defences. Oh, because they've got the racial transformation steel skin. Normally they've got the same defences, but we have given them transformations that don't, because the golems aren't part of our race, they don't get them. So the bastions are actually better defences. The main advantage of the golems is they're immune to status effects. So like if the ground was on fire, they can just walk through the fire and it doesn't bother them. And then our hero is a scout, so he's got a crossbow. We've also got our anvil guard, they're just tier 1, but they've got a taunt, so they're actually still kind of useful, because they're still pretty tanky. They're like the tankiest tier 1 you get, and they can taunt a unit, so if there's like an enemy flyer that's going to fly back and hit our back ranks, they can taunt it to stop it doing that. So it's still worth having about. And we will also defences the golems to make up for the fact they're not quite as strong as the bastions. And I can summon an elemental. My scout is an elementalist, apparently. Get a nice stompy stone spirit there. And then we've got our glade runners, who are archers. By default, we get crossbowmen, but I took a Tome of Nature to get some archers. So it was that or the Tome of Wind, and I decided to diversify a bit and get nature instead of more material. And then we've got our giant rat. See, here's normal Ratkin. Here's golems, and then here's our rat hero. This is because we've got the tier 5 Tome of the Creator, and it comes with a research that lets you, it gives it as an upgrade in like hero skills. So he gets 20 extra health, I think 20% extra damage, but he counts as a large target and he can't use a mount. But still, it's impressive. I like him. He's big and stompy. And he's got a shield that gives... Oh no, his shield is... He's got a bleed shield, so anyone striking him has a chance of bleeding. But all the shield units defend their allies, so they get that too. This is a Chaos Eater. I can't remember why we got that. I think it was like they were going to run through a portal, they didn't want to fight, and we had the choice of either letting them go or spending mana to bind them, so I think I bound them just for the novelty, because I don't normally get those units. Now, the bunching up. On the one hand, we're vulnerable to any AoE damage. I don't think any of these units can do AoE, but they might be able to cast spells with their leader. But on the other hand, bunching up gets us bonus resistances from them and bonus defense from them. So it's kind of swings and roundabouts. It depends on what the enemy's got, really. And then this is my leader. He's got a staff as his weapon, because it seemed like... I've got him more in a sort of support and casting role. Because he's an architect at heart. He's the Grand Architect. So I decided to have him in a supporting role rather than a running out smashing people with his hammer role. I'll maybe get the Mass Rejuvenation going right from the start. Nah, I won't. I've changed my mind. We catch fire if we stand on that, so don't stand on that. I was considering it, and then I sort of thought we'll waste a turn of regen. I was just thinking getting the regen going before we take damage, then when we take damage we immediately regen it, but nah, I don't think that's worth it. Okay. So they cast this thing, they cast Soul Overflow, so all their units just got some evasion and some extra damage. Oh, and they're just charging straight in. That's rare for the AI. The AI usually just moves up a little bit and waits for us to come to them, but nope, they're going for it. I don't normally see it be this aggressive in tactical combat. But For whatever reason, they're up for it. Well, in that case... Oh, they're difficult to hit though. They've got... Because they're ratlings, they're difficult to hit with range attacks. I can run round the back and flank them. Means that will get flanked, but that's a disposable unit. I get that for free because my leader has it as a trait. And then we've got our big golden golem. We've gilded them, so gilded stuns them, and if we can kill them, we get 20 gold at the end of the battle. So I will absolutely focus on them because we only get one turn to do it. Yep, he's dead. Ah. And I've got a copper golem. These are the weakest golems. I've only got that because we used to have a tier 3 elemental and it died in the siege, and I just brought that in for defensive value. But he can't really do anything back here, so I'm just going to guard. And he can't do a whole heck of a lot here. So... Do they have debuffs on them? No, they're golems. They can't be debuffed. I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, I could try and shoot them, but I'm not going to hit. Oh no, if I move, we can hit. I just have to move through the fire is the problem. If I move over here, maybe I can hit them. Nope. Nope. Okay. My Glade Runners will mark them. And then murder them. We've got meteor arrows that do splash fire damage, and undead are weak to fire, so they've got the Whiteborn transformation, so even just their rat guys are weak to fire as well. I wonder. Now I'm going to save that. I'm going to undo that move. I love that you can undo moves. Just moving him to there for now. Move him to there. We might not need to attack because we've got our ranged units can probably attack. Although... do I shoot them or do I bolster one of them? I'm just going to shoot them. Then my crossbow unit can shoot this and get a bit of splash damage on the bone golem behind it. And yeah, they're just going to guard for now. Right, so our golems can move up here. Our bastions can move in there. Our anvil guard can move here. I'll have the anvil guard taunt them. I'll have them go into defense, and it does a little bit of bolstering when they do it. And I'm just going to smash. There's no point in them defending because this will just knock us out of defense mode. If I move them in there, I don't know if they've got much. They don't have much elemental damage here, so I'm just going to attack with my supports. We'll just try and kill a penguin. We'll mark the bone golem. Okay, that was alright. Now, what can you do? You can do damage in a 2 hex radius, but you can attack. At some point you'll be able to teleport, but not yet. So you can't really do anything this turn. Just move up. And then my scout hero, I'll just move to here and kill the bone golem. And yeah, there's the frame rate drop there. As I said, I'm a little bit, my computer's a little bit underpowered, just slightly, for what I'm trying to do, but for the most part it's fine. It's mostly gone okay. I could cast this, I could Trail Run. We now have Tectonic Shatter. It costs 200 mana. It does 30 damage to all enemy units. This is a complete waste, But it's the first time I've ever had the opportunity to cast this spell, so I'm going to do it. It's like so ridiculous. Okay. Visually not super impressive, but we damaged everyone and we stunned some of them. The combat log will probably be quite big. Yeah, we stunned about, yeah, I think it's a 50% chance. We stunned about 40% of them maybe. And these are the volcanic eruptions going off as well. Oh, they just dispelled the stun. Oh, they're eating a corpse with their bone golem. See, this is what I'm talking about. We hardly took any damage there, and our retaliation attacks were pretty strong, so most of the time I just turtle up and let them throw themselves against me. But as you saw there, he just cancelled my defense mode, so against the bone golems it doesn't work so well. And that ogre always gets beaten up. He's so fragile. My hero's got first strike though, so okay. Right, I think it's time to punish yous now that you're all in place. That would hit my guys, but it'd hit more of them. I'm just going to take it. Sorry guys, you're going to get hit. The flames come out the wrong side though. The flames come out the back for some reason. But yeah, we just messed them up. Because undead are weak against fire and the volcanic heat. Everyone's got reduced fire resistance. So I'll have them just go into healing mode. I have him teleport here. And then do an earthquake. Does that hurt us? It doesn't. So it doesn't specify only enemies, but it appears it is only enemies. We'll just keep attacking. They've got support abilities, but to be honest, we're doing just fine hitting people with them. We don't really need their supports for this fight. Get him killed. And got killing momentum in this unit, so they get to attack again. I'll see if I can hit that snake. We did. Brilliant. My archers aren't in such a good... I'll try, but we probably... Okay, we missed a bit, but we did okay. It's because these things are so... Because they got the racial, they're so difficult to hit. Let's tie up that necromancer in combat. Because the necromancers can bring their units back. Not if they're dead. Oh, we did get a kill. I thought for a moment we hadn't killed it. We did. That said I was going to kill them. Send the golden golem round here. Gilded them. How many stacks of bolster do they currently have? They don't have any? Okay. Right, we should probably heal them up a bit. Kill them. My golem assistants try and beat them. If I don't think we're going to be able to kill them before their gilded wears off. Especially not with them. I can stun everybody. There we go. If I move around there, can I get that? Oh, I'm just out of reach of getting both of them. Yeah, I'm going to undo that move. Although there isn't an awful lot I can do here. Well, no, hang on. Ah, damn it. The position's just wrong. We'll just do that blast, it's fine. Are you running away? You're not routed, are you? I don't think they're routed. No, they're still fighting. I don't know what he's doing. I think they might actually be routed. Why they are, they're fleeing. My poor earth elemental can't catch them though. You can. I guess not all of them are routing, because normally it says, do you want to chase? So I'm only 65. They've got evasion. Oh, because they did a buff, didn't they? And once there seems to be some sort of buff that when they start fleeing, they get an inherent evasion effect, because there's this 25% null penalty to my roll to hit, and I have no idea what that is. I mean, I'll take the shot, but not only did I hit, I critically hit with a 5% hit chance. Right, I'll let them flee. So the only one that really got any real damage was the ogre, and that ogre's constantly taking damage. He's not very good. And we got a bit of gold from all the gilding. We gilded 3 people and killed them. Now there are still some more units out here. I will just auto-combat this. And yeah, apparently it's more difficult. We'll see what happens, but... yeah, that's fine. Right, so we need a turn just to heal up the minor damage we took. I don't know if they're going to heal. I think they're in desolate terrain. Yeah, they are. No regen. But hero leveled up, and he's level 10, so he gets his next thing. So currently he reflects damage. Well, he hits back with spiritual damage anytime someone hits him. He gets something in elemental. That's always useful. The only downside to something in elemental is it delays you advancing, and he kind of wants to be at the front. The Rallying Blessing gives us morale and some bolstered defense, but was the Draining Blade does 45 damage and will heal him for that amount. And let's get it's dark, which isn't quite our thing. It's that or blink. Because blink would be good too for harassing the back ranks. But I'm gonna get the heal. And he's got a point to spend. I think meteor strikes so that his weapons do splash fire damage. Because he hits multiple times a turn. He's doing 33 damage now. 33 plus the 3 fire. And it does that 3 times around. He is ridiculous. I love him. So we've got our army up tops. They're a bit inexperienced, but they're going to march on the big city while this lot take the small city, just because otherwise he'll harass us with individual little units that come and pillage farms and things. We could probably just send one army to do that. Maybe I'll send 2 armies to do that, just in case he has more units than we think. I'll hold off on moving you just now. When they're waiting for this gilded golem to arrive. So these are just tier 1s. She's got tier 3s, 4s and 5s. I'm going to replace this golem, this iron golem. Right, so one of these anvil guard can head back to town. Your iron golem can rejoin there, because this doesn't have a hero, this is just a reinforcement stack. And this lot, not right now, but next turn, are going to advance on Donner Tour. I don't think they need the backup, so I'm just sending him with the rest. It's fine. And they're just going to help. In case any armies slip past, we'll help defend that place. And then these guys are just scouting about out here, just because they have nothing better to do. Well, this scout is checking to see if anything's out here. We've learned Eternal Earth. This is a unit enchantment that affects elementals and gives them undying, so if they die, after 2 turns, they come back with 50% of their health. It's not quite Resurgence, but it's close to it. Get a Lava Burst, a big fireball? Sure. For when we don't need the tectonic thing. Silverstrad is our new... We moved our throne city here, because our throne city is underground. There's no space underground other than for that one thing. So, I don't know what I want to build here. I'm not sure. They don't have any mining opportunities. I remember thinking about this before, but I always have to... Oh yeah, we're doing a mining thing here, so we're putting a grand, or whatever it is, it's a foundry, the Great Foundry. Yeah, the Great Foundry goes there. The Great Foundry gives you 10 gold, and then for each adjacent mine gives you 10 draft and 3 gold. We'll be building a regular mine there, because there's a gold vein. And then here, this farm, which is also adjacent, we're turning into a golem mine. Because you can make a golem mine anywhere. It counts as a mine, it gives you extra production for adjacent quarries, we don't really care about that. And it will spawn an iron golem on our side if anyone attacks us. So this farm is now a golem mine. It'll only take a turn, so do we maybe do something else at the same time? We could get more food and draft from this. That's spoken for. There's the Bazaar of Wonders as well, which gets gold based on each unique province improvement. And by unique, I assume it means if you had 2 quarries adjacent, that wouldn't count, but a quarry and a forester does. I don't think it necessarily means like the Sacred Meadow is unique. I'm pretty sure it will count regular improvements as well. I might be wrong about that, but we built one in the Throne City. Got the Bazaar of Wonders here. Although all of these are unique types, so that's not a good test, because we are getting 5 for each of them. But it doesn't look like I've tested. I think at one point that was a forester though, maybe? I'm not sure. I guess we could test it for science. Where would we put it? Putting it there would be quite good instead of that forester. Got a research post, a forester, and a farm. I'm going to test it because I'm not 100% sure. I've convinced myself that I might be wrong. So we'll put it there. Although, hold on. Do I want to do that? Actually, no, I do want it there. Do I? No. Wait. My brain's... Because the foundry wants mines adjacent, and this counts as a mine. Yeah, we do want it there, because we'll have the golem mine, the regular mine, the bazaar counts as a mine, And that will also boost the foundry when we put a foundry there. Yeah, that's all just fantastic. Someone's trying to trade with me. They want open borders? Sure, we can have open borders. I don't mind. It's not like the previous games. This is the thing. See, if you're playing Civilization or if you're playing Age of Wonders 3 or Planetfall, open borders frequently meant they would run through your borders, that little patch of land you hadn't quite expanded into, and then stick a city down in the middle of your territory, and it was so annoying. City cap here kind of stops that happening. We haven't had as much of an issue of the sort of forward settling, aggressive settling, so I don't mind doing open borders anymore. I was insulted though. Oh, this guy, he's always insulting me. We've got so many grievances against him now. Negotiation succeeded. We've now got vassalage with Duskwatch. We've increased. We were at minor tributary and now we're tributary, I guess. No, now we're actually at vassalage, yeah. So we're trying to get to supreme vassalage. And someone else insulted me. Oh, she just insulted me after getting a... Wait, was it her that did the open borders? There's 2 mole people and I get them muddled up. It doesn't go into details in the log. No, it was her. It was the other mole person. We're actually kind of pals with her. Well, we're neutral with her. We're trying to be pals with her. But she feels threatened. She feels threatened and that's making it more difficult because my army poses a threat and the size of my empire poses a threat. On the other hand, they need an ally and I'm involved in wars, so they're... But I've already got a declaration of friendship, so I can't really... I could give her gifts. I don't need to be actually allies. What items have you got? Ooh, what's this? Life drinker. Does alright damage. And a vampire spider. What do you want for that? 430 gold, can't afford it. How much do you want for the sword? I'm not going to use the sword because I've actually got better stuff. Also 430. Okay. Do you want to buy a frost orb? Barely. I'm going to gift you a frost orb. Because that's just how generous I am. It's a rubbish weapon. I'm never going to use it. I could have got like 10 gold for it. Well, we saw there we could have sold it for 10 gold to her. There are things we could fight. Well, I was going to say for easy XP. That's not easy XP, but the dogs are. Engines of Awe. At the grand square of your city of Dunbane, a construction fair is taking place. Builders from all across the continent have gathered to marvel at the latest machines and inventions devised by the industrious rodents. The production methods developed by your people have piqued the interest of many rulers. How do you wish to commemorate the ingenuity displayed by your industrious rodents? So we can sell them, get a bunch of gold. Can always use gold. We can get increased city stability. I'm not actually sure what they're... Oh, we can't mouse over for the... They're not at the max, so it would potentially benefit. Or we could get a bunch of knowledge, but it's like literally 1 turn of research. I find the research ones are usually kind of weak. They're just like a turn, or a turn and a half, or half a turn. Whereas the gold... I mean, actually, that's still about a turn's worth of gold as well. Okay, never mind. I'll take the stability, actually. I'm giving a speech about how important production is. Because that'll help them grow faster, because it's put us, I think that's put, yeah, it's put us up to the max stability level. We were orderly before. So at Harmony, we get a 15% boost. So not a huge boost, but we get a 15% boost to production, draft, and food. So the slight increase in food will help them grow slightly faster. They're building a Root of Order. And they've also built a Heart of Order. They could potentially start going for the magic victory then. Do they have all 3? Do we have grievance? We only get 1 grievance, so I don't actually know if they've got all of them. They've got the seed, and we know they just built the heart. I don't know if we've... It says you get to know everything. Right, they haven't built the branch of order. They've got the seed in the heart. So we have to...
I mean, at this point in the game, apparently by about turn 90 should be kind of end game, but I play these games more slowly than most. I tend to turtle a bit. I'm not actually, I mean, I'm just not aggressive enough, I guess. We could go for the magic victory ourselves. Maybe I should get that prepared just in case we have to quickly do that. Oops, moved a wee bit too far. Right, they do have some armies kicking about, but they're not as well. That one's quite strong, but it's still not as strong as mine. I don't know if they'll see me down here. I might lose another scout. We produced a mint. Do we need a Masonic Hall? I don't know if we need the production. We've already got a lot of production here. We've still got all this nonsense. We never have enough growth rate. I've got all these foresters. I don't know if I need this many. Are they boosting anything that I care about? We could switch out, yeah, we could switch out the foresters for something else, potentially. I don't know why I've got a gold mine there. We're probably going to do the mining thing up here. So we could do like a Bazaar of Wonders there, a regular mine there. Change that farm to the foundry. But that's all long time away. I'm going to build an armory just in case anyone on this side of things starts attacking me, just so we can build units faster. Oh yeah, and we've got Eternal Earth to do. So let's get that prepped. Materium is so nice for economy though. Yeah, they caught my scout. I thought they would. Or are they going to try and clear the Collected Halls? I wanted to clear that. I mean, I'm obviously going to go up and ambush you, but I'm not sure if I'm in range. We don't have any speedy people in that group, but we could separate off her to do it. I think we'd be able to get everyone and bully them. We get 2 of our stacks. I'm just going to auto-combat this unless we lose a unit. We did not lose a unit. We barely got hurt. Oh no, they got hurt. They got pulled in. Wait, they got pulled in, but they didn't. Why didn't they get pulled in? They're right there. That's weird. I'm going to raid the haunted halls on my way past. We'll go and capture Gomarodum. Okay, I'll have to go around their territory. We can now do Lava Burst. It's basically a super fireball that slows them down, sets the ground on fire, sets burning, does a lot of damage in a big radius. And we can get another tome. What do I want? I think what I might do is go back to tier 2 and get one of the nature ones so we can repair the handful of desolate things that are left. So I need to go to Show Tome Library, Available Tomes, Affinity. So it's a Tome of Fertility, I believe. That lets us restore the land, works on desolate terrain. I don't especially want the other stuff, but yeah, we're going to do that. Because we've basically done everything that's in our theme. And yeah, restore the land.
Bastion can annex another, so we're wanting 2 quarries to feed the rune carvers adjacency bonus. Was I wanting to do anything else? I can now do bountiful fields, counts as a farm, gets extra for adjacent farms. I mean, I suppose we'll change that farm into a bountiful fields. But yeah, that's about all we've got to do here. So I'll just take a quarry and we'll build that bountiful farm, or bountiful fields rather. We have castle ruins. Why do we have castle ruins? Is that because we moved the throne site? I don't know what castle ruins means. We don't have very much left to do. I'll get the Masonic Hall just for the extra production, I guess. Because everything that is less is taking a while, but we don't actually have that much left to do. And we will buffer golems, so they now come back if they die. We just killed his leader. And a new rally has started. We can get fire giants. It's very expensive, but I want one. I get a fire giant. Right. I'm not going to bother with ours. We've got plenty of units as it is. We're a force to be reckoned with. What do you think you're doing? I could have given them some units from the to bolster them a bit. I might actually still do that. You better run. We've got our restore the land. See, I don't really want any of these, but I also don't want to spend mana reshuffling, so I'll just get the Entwined Protector. I'm never going to build it. I do not need another shield unit, even if it is a fancy plant one. But now I can... Nope, didn't want to do that. I misclicked. Cancel that. Now I can do restore the land. And we can maybe... Does it have to be in our terrain? Wait, doesn't work on mountains or... What do you mean? This is a land province. I think it has to be in our terrain. Although it's saying that's not... Oh no, that's already that type. Right, okay, it has to be in our terrain. Right, well we can do the Eversource Furnace, which won't really benefit us especially, except that when I was up here before I wasn't able to regen in that because it was desolate. Same with the crawler nest. I don't know if I'll bother with it there though. Yeah, I forgot the mana. Well, is there something else that needs it more? So all because the world started off desolate, and it seems the forming trait that I've set for the world doesn't seem to target things that have got a wonder, so all the wonders are in desolate terrain. I'll do it there too. And there's no rivers because the only rivers were lava rivers, and when the thing terraforms, it doesn't convert it to a normal river, it just creates just a basic land tile. Gem Keep grabbed quite a lot, but Gem Keep's not mine. It won't really make a difference here. Nah, we'll just save it. It means now, because I think the forming's finished now, so I don't think these are ever going to change, and I was holding off just in case, but we'll grab them and we'll turn them into nice terrain when we do. Right, this lot. I'm not going to pillage, we don't need to. Keep him out of the desolate just because she's a wee bit hurt. Oh, I forgot I was going to do this. Well, I'll do it. We're hurt, but I'll do it. Raiders of the Arcfire Orb. As gallant flare singer nears the gates of the haunted halls, the noise of busy pickaxes echoes from its walls. A band of grave robbers can be spotted working inside. Before we're going to say Gallant. Before Gallant can act, one of the grave robbers yells in horror with a skeletal hand grabs his arm. The grave robbers flee, leaving Gallant and his army to deal with the bone dragon and other horrors that emerge from the coffins around them. I will cast a spell to delay the undead, because it's a thing where each turn I think we get haunted, and if we're next to one of these sarcophaguses when we're haunted, it turns into another undead unit against us. Okay. They've got Big Dragon, they've got Wyvern, and then they've got some basic stuff. But already, one of these exploded, and my knights have taken damage. Right. And I can't cast spells in the first turn. I can restore them though. And I can blast them. Except I can barely hit. Are these? Right? They are. They're industrious. They're my peoples, so they get the. They're more difficult to hit with ranged weapons. I'll do my thing that gives everyone some bolstered. The knights won't be great at fighting them because they're cavalry, but they don't currently have... Oh no, they do. No, they didn't. They didn't have a retaliation, so we're okay. I feel like this thing should be able to attack more than one square away. Look at the length of its polearm, but I can't attack. So yeah, every 2 turns a unit becomes haunted, and if you're next to sarcophagus, bad things happen. Can you hit the dragon from here? You can, okay. Mark the dragon. Shoot the dragon. And the meteor aspect of it is definitely in our favour. Shoot them. Just moving them up. Guarding. And yeah, my Bastion will just smash them in the face. They can't quite reach. And we could try out our new lava burst. It's quite expensive. I've got 400 odd mana. Everything's on fire. Oh no, I'm haunted, so there's going to be skeletons coming out of there. Yep, there they are, right on cue. We turned the wyvern into gold. Burning kicks in, so let's kill the wyvern. Let's kill them. Well, hurt them. Oh, for fuck's sake. Apologies for the swearing. So what happened there is, because we've got the meteor things that do a bit of splash damage, it also destroyed one of their sarcophaguses and we get more. But hey, the bone dragon's dead. I'm going to stun those skeletons. Well, we stunned one of them. Do you want to cast another thing? This is cheap. We'll do one of these. Uh-oh. I think we can ignore the spawns if we just take out the like main enemies. But I'm not 100% sure about that. Don't quote me on it. In fact, yeah, we do. Good. That's what I thought. Gallant flare singers survived the undead onslaught in the haunted halls. Now the tomb is safe to be searched. With the grave robbers long gone, your army wastes no time and immediately starts to gather any knowledge they can about the people who were buried here. This tomb belonged to a fallen king, who was buried with his entire court after his assassination. One of the gallant flare singer's soldiers points to a few decorated coffins elevated above the others. Their contents ought to be special. We get a ton of research. We can get a bunch of draft and silver fence, which we don't really need. We can get a bunch of money. We can get an arc fire orb, which is a mediocre blasty thing, or I can say I'm not a grave robber. I'm just taking the money. I'm a grave robber, I don't mind. And they need to heal up now. I really need an overworld heal army spell, but there aren't very many of those. Yep, I'm going to start a siege. They don't have too much. So... oh, we've got plenty of money though. I'll undermine the walls. And yeah, I've got bolt repeaters and it says do not have a cooldown unlike onagers. They do have a cooldown, it's lying. They don't start on cooldown, but the Great Bolt, cooldown 1. If we check onagers, catapult, cooldown 1 starts on cooldown. So they do have a cooldown, it's lying. I don't know which is the bug, if it's this is lying and it shouldn't say that, or if these shouldn't have a cooldown. I don't know which of the two is the intention. We don't really need much else. I'll harass the defenders, but otherwise we'll just leave it like that. We now get to do a plant shield person if we really want to. We don't. What's Blossom of Life? Friend units have 2 hex radius, get 3 regeneration. That sounds like a decent thing for us to have to make us even tankier. And we immediately researched it because of the bonus stuff we just got for clearing that crypt. So Temple of Fertility is a city structure that gives you food and draft per population. I like that. Pyroclastic eruption. Destroys a province. No, destroys province. Well, takes a turns a province into desolate, destroys any improvements, and damages anyone in it. I mean, that's unkind, but I'd rather have the Temple of Fertility. I'd rather have the food in the draft. And our bonus research got us that immediately as well. And now we can get another tome. For goodness sake. You know what? Well, I think I might go and get the tier 1 order faith just purely to get army heal. Because I was just complaining that we don't have a way to heal up outside of combat. Plus we could get a proper heal for our support units. Yeah, we're just going to take this. Just a humble tier 1 tome. Because I'll keep on complaining that I don't have a way to heal when we're in desolate terrain. And hey, it's already researched. It's a convent. It's a city structure that gives you
Mana and knowledge for each level above unstable. Well, we're very above, so we'll get a convent then. Right, you've built your armory. Where's that temple of fertility? Get me that. You've done an estate hall. How would you like a temple of fertility? Oh, 11 turns. Maybe not. Maybe not. Not until we get more production. Yeah, get a stonemason for production. Lithium, though. Still 8 turns. It'll keep you busy. It'll keep you busy. Silver Fence can annex another one, so I'll get a quarry because production, and I'm going to do that. Restore the land because I do not particularly want that to be desolate. And that's us. And then we'll start healing, doing army heals on that injured stack there. Right, we should have our restore the land available. Is this still considered rocky? Like, yeah, it does still considered rocky, so we can still do the quarry there. We could change it if we wanted. I believe we could change it to a farm. Yeah, but I don't particularly want to. Okay, our wee scout just having a nose. And we'll cast army heal. One use. Another one wouldn't hurt. Right, we'll go with that. Because I want to conserve mana so we can do our big battle spells. We have our fire giant. Look at this big boy. It's got 130 health. Kinda mediocre average defenses for a tier 4. That might just be in the context if we're playing Industrious and they're very defensive. He charges and hits for 27 damage with the bonus charge, and it's a heavy charge, so it completely ignores charge resistance. You can also do a smash. It does a 1 hex radius, 1 tile away, does 28 damage, and sets people on fire. And you can conjure a runestone. This will damage enemies from a distance. That's interesting, didn't expect that from a giant. He also sets fire to things as he walks through them. And he's immune to burning, obviously. Martial and set. Oh, right, that's because of our thingy, the Imperium. It's the capstone for Materium Imperium. See that 10 times fast. We can now build convents. Let's get Call Titan. Well, Gilding Blast. Nah, more fun. Titan of the Earth. Yep, 5 turns for Temple of Fertility. Give. Provinces with Forest Province feature get +2 stability. Our people are really happy, otherwise I would do that. We don't really need it. I think we'll do this though. All cities just get +1 population immediately. Gem keeps sent a war party, and that's adorable. Is this you here? Okay. I'm gonna give some stuff to my allies over there at Duskwatch. It's relatively cheap to reinforce. It's like well, half the cost, as you can see. So we've got a fair bit of money. There we go. Just a wee bit extra. I don't think they're a threat, but just in case. Didn't mean to click on that.
Our words are backed by fire giants. Now, do we even bother attacking that? Because if we go down this underground passage, there's his throne city, and we know his leader will be there because we just killed his leader. So I think we just bypass this and go and hit his throne city. Why fight multiple fights if we don't have to? Yeah, they just told us he's back. And then we can attack this. You know what? End of the video, I'll do a manual combat. We're way overpowering them, but it's fun. I enjoy it. And maybe you enjoy it too. We've got proper battlements here. I maybe should have done more siege projects. But we could do our big spell. I'll probably do my big spell. I mean, it's massively overkill if I do it, but even so, like I say, fun. Can't do it in the first turn, so I haven't upgraded that yet. Move the golems up. I'll move this guy to here. Can I get... Yep, we can get both of you with their fire breath. That also destroyed a wall, I think. Bolster them. Maybe I'll hit. There we go. Can my golem assistants destroy this wall? They can injure the wall, they can't quite destroy it, okay. No, wait, we can do a fireball up there. So I've got the range improvement. We've got the golems. We've got the big boy golems. I don't think they have... Well, they can maybe stun them. Well, let's just do a stun, why not? And not being able to hit is so frustrating. I don't think I need the elemental. I think I'd just rather run up and shoot them. Because yeah, I reckon I could get a kill. And I was right, I can get 2 kills. So yeah, crossbow and killer momentum's actually pretty damn nice. I wasn't sure when I was looking at it. I thought, could be good, but I'm not sure. Is that everyone? Oh no, we've still got my ogre. Oh, and these archers, who can't really see, but their arrows actually hurt walls. I forgot about that, so yeah, that does work. Okay. I mean, we're destroying them, but we knew that was going to happen. I'm not going to bother with the big spell. There's no need. Tremor, tectonic something or other. Oh, they've got fire breath as well, though. Really only the Yeti that got hurt by that. He's not a Yeti, he's an ogre, but he looks like a Yeti. Oh, that's nice of them. They put out the fires that were burning us. Why did the camera come to look over here when things are still going on back over there? Let's remove your defences and make you stronger instead, so you can go and smash them for big damage. Mark that target. Pew pew. Which broke down the walls. I love meteor arrows. They're so good. I don't care if that guy dies. He might survive, but I don't care if he dies. There we go. Mark them. And we're going to get a kill, which will get my killing momentum again. Let me do a second shot. Won't quite get the kill on the second one, but close enough. You can barely hit. And I accidentally shot the wall instead. Oh, I thought that cleared status effects. It doesn't. Oh, and I had a thing for that. I could have got rid of the status effects. Oh well. So he's decaying, so he can't heal is the thing. As I say, I actually do have a thing for that. The Wand of Inversion. Turns negative effects into positive ones. Bone golems are pretty good, I reckon. They're fairly sturdy, and if they do get killed, you get skeletons in their place. Right, so all that's left is 2 units over here. We don't have anyone. Oh no, wait, they can maybe get them. Well, probably can't kill them. We can at least... 1 unit over there. And 1 unit there. Maybe? We're getting some lucky shots with the 5% and everything. Wouldn't normally get to. Our luck just ran out though. Right, okay, I'm just going to end the turn because the ones at the other side of the battlefield will never get there in time. And they're not bothering to fight back. They know that if they try and move, they're dead, so... Okay. Like I say, one-sided fight, but it's still fun. I enjoyed it. And we will vassalize that. And so yeah, am I right in thinking? Yeah, so in enemy territory, you do not heal up by default. We'll just clear out the last remnants, which I don't know why they weren't in the fight, but they weren't. Move out here. Get some vision. A hero leveled up. We get our level 10 skill for our scout. So we get mana unchained, boosts the damage of friendly units in 1 hex radius by 20%, and also gives them star blades, which is +3 +1 of a net random elemental damage 3 times, so +3 altogether. Assassinate doesn't really help them. Warding bond, mass rejuvenation is always useful. The rallying blessing's kinda useful. I'm gonna take the mana unchained. That seems handy. I could make him giant, but it feels silly having a giant crossbow guy as opposed to a giant like soldier guy. I'm gonna give him true sight. We never usually have true sight. Just a bit of utility, and we'll start getting some support things for him. My ruler leveled up. He can also get a thing. None of these really speak to me. Maybe restoration? Because you can resurrect someone. Yeah, a resurrect would be useful. He's been going in for magic attack stuff, but we could maybe also get revitalize. Friendly units of 1 hex radius lose their status. Right, we could just go pure support. We've got a wand of inversion. We've got the lightning strike. We've got restore. We've got restoration. We could add yet another support thing. I feel like that kind of fits some, but I also quite like things like endurance training and precision training. Especially, well, the fight against this rats is almost over, so we maybe don't need the extra accuracy anymore. I was going to say we especially want it for trying to hit those rats, but... Give him a pretty weak heal, but it doesn't take any action points. I don't really like that one much. Channel power, you could do channel power before his fire evocation, so he does a bigger blast, but I'm not sure if that's worth 2 turns of standing still, and then it turns out everyone's out of range by the time you actually can use it. Do I know my accuracy? 90% accuracy. Or 90% chance of blind. I'm not sure whether that 90% is your accuracy or the chance of blind. It's hard to tell. I think it's the accuracy. Yeah, because quick stab's 100%. So I could get myself to 100% accuracy. Or I could make it so his support skills do bolstered resistance. Aye, let's just make it so when he does his various heals, restorations and things, and then we'll maybe get the regen one to go along with that to do it in an area. And we've got Noir the Darts remains. He's got a bunch of stuff. Get another eagle mount, another fire breath. He's got a fancy, well, it's a heavy crossbow. I don't know if it's actually, that might be what we've already got.
But a hat, we don't normally find hats very often.
That crossbow, heavy crossbow, I can just sell his remains to get all this gear, or we can just keep on getting mana and research from it. So our archer, he's just got a crossbow, does 22 damage and a 16 stab. What's the difference? "22 damage and a 16 stab. I don't understand. Oh, it's piercing, ignores up to 5 defense. Is that not the case with a regular crossbow? I'm going to guess that's the difference. Yeah, that's the difference. I mean, I don't really need the... I'm just going to sell the remains. I don't really need the mana and stuff. I didn't actually mean to recruit. So hey, you've got a slightly better crossbow for you. We could also get I'm going to give him the far sight since I gave him true sight, so let him see further so we can spot further away. Rune leggings I'd rather give to one of the melee people, but a needle mount. So then he can fly round and shoot people in the back more easily. And the fire breath wand, why not? And what is this? Doubles morale penalties when killing an enemy. I'll keep that for him actually. Because he gets sometimes 2 kills a turn, so getting that extra morale damage to the enemy seems pretty nice. But I think the rune leggings maybe go in our big boy. Oh, he's already got rune leggings. Well, in that case, we do have another melee character up here though. Not you? Is it you? Yeah, he doesn't have rune leggings, so there you go. Rune leggings for you. But we're past an hour, we're well past an hour, so I will have to end this video here and hopefully see you again for another one. I'm not sure if this next one will be uploaded quite as quickly because I think I'm done for today, but I'll probably be making more tomorrow. In any case, thank you very much for watching and have yourself a nice day. Bye for now.